Hello everyone, my name is Natalie Ledwell and this is The Inspiration Show. Now today on the show we're going to be talking to the author of a new book called Atonement. And we're going to be talking about a very interesting subject, and that is about star people, about channeling, about indigo children, and about some amazing, juicy, awesome subjects that I can't wait to get into. So please welcome my guest, Ariana. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you, Natalie.
Such a pleasure to meet you. Now, this is a very interesting subject. I've actually heard quite a few things about the star people or the star children that are here on the planet, here to help the planet. So I can't wait to get into this subject with you. But before we do that, why don't we start a little bit with your story and how you got into writing this book and doing this work.
Sure. So I was born and raised in Tokyo, Japan. I came to the United States to go to college. That's where I met my ex-husband. We started our own business. It grew and it became a very big company, and I had my children. Everything seemed to be working out just perfectly, but I realized something is missing in my life. That's when I started going to my spiritual journey. And with the help of meditation, psychics, healers, I connected with my star family and I started to channel. And I wrote this book because I have a big message to bring to the humanity and Earth, and I needed to, write to show that I'm real and how I came to do what I came to do, because it is very unusual from where I come from to all the way to what I'm doing right now.
Yes. So did you have much of a spiritual upbringing, or this is something you discovered later?
Oh, much later. But being in Japan, people are very spiritual, but not necessarily religious. We don't really follow and do certain things, but we are connected to the nature. We're connected to the cycle of life and death. So for that, I was very open to receive anything that, comes to me. So that was great.
Right. And so how did you start your spiritual journey? Was it through books? Did you get connected with other people? Like, how did that start?
Well, I think my first big step was going to Hoffman Institute. That's where, that's my personal growth retreat where I connected with my feeling. So, emotionally, you have to be open to be able to move on to your next step of your life. And then I went to a Vipassana meditation retreat. So that's an 11-day silent meditation retreat. That's where I realized that we are more than what we see, that everything I was searching for was inside of myself already. And that was the two big events which changed my life. And after that, everything happened organically. Healers came to my life, psychics came to my life. They tell me what they see, that I'm going to be doing what I'm very different than what I'm doing at that time. And they came and just told me which way to go.
Right. I am also a Hoffman graduate, so I know how awesome that course is.
That's great.
And it is. It's like, my girlfriend who's also done the course calls it thorough. Very thorough. It goes through and sorts everything out. Okay, so what is the message in the book? What was the motivation and the message behind the book?
Well, the main message behind the book is each one of us, we came here to Earth with a life purpose and lessons that we're going to learn. And everyone has a different purpose and life lessons. However, each one of us can contribute. We can make a difference. And it's not somebody else out there doing it. It is you. And it doesn't have to be a big step. It could be just you making a commitment to have a better life or better future or do something nice to other people. So that's the message that it's up to us that we can make a difference.
Yeah, because just being a better version of yourself and doing good things to others, you have no idea how much that influences other people around you and motivates them to do the same.
That's correct.
Yeah. So, okay, so you have been in contact with some star people. Tell me about that experience.
Well, I first met them when I was meditating in Mount Shasta, and my psychic friends had told me that I'm going to meet, someone I'm going to channel in the future. But I never imagined that I would channel, any other language other than Japanese or English, which I speak. in that meditation, I went through an ocean and went into the spaceship, and I met these beings totally looking different than us, saying, "I'm your family." And I knew it's correct, it's true, because my heart knew it, and my tears came out of my eyes, and I knew deeply that what they're saying is true. But it took another couple of years before I really started to channel them. I met them a few years before, and then throughout next 2 years, I did intensive spiritual journey, clearing my energy, changing my vibrations and frequencies so that they could come in and speak through me. So now that I connected with them a couple of years ago, I've been channeling, I've been working as a consultant, helping people see what they cannot see yet, but we all have a potential. And sometimes it takes just one push, say like, look, you are going the right way, this would help you. So I've been working with that, and that has been a great joy for me.
Wow. And so what's the message that these star people had for you?
Well, first and biggest message is the humanity and Earth, we are going the wrong direction. That we have to wake up, and we have to realize we cannot go on at the way we're doing. We cannot use more resources than what's available. We basically humans, we are creating this discourse in this life that we need to make a difference, otherwise we won't have a brighter future. So it's kind of they're urging us like, hey, wake up. Yeah. Because they have seen plenty of other planets who has gone to the wrong direction, and then they might be able to recover. But we still have time. That's why Atonement is the name of my book, which is really changing and reversing what has happened. But we can still do this, and that's the message.
Yeah. It's a very important one, I have to say. Mm-hmm. And so are we, I don't know if you know the answer to this, but are we all related? Are we all star people? Or is there just a number of us here on the planet?
They say there have a very few true star lineage people. There are, light workers who came here to, bring the message and help, but to have connection with the stars and those people, there aren't many.
Right. Yes, that's what I've heard as well.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say that someone wanted to maybe connect, or what kind of spiritual practice do you recommend for people to take on to be able to have this connection?
I think, as I said, if you are star children or have a star lineage, mm-hmm. you will know. Either you will know because they will initiate contact with you, or you will go through enough difficulty in life, struggles in life, that you realize that you have bigger purpose in this life than just what you're doing. Yes. But that doesn't mean we are better than other people. We just have different purpose. But for everyday people, I believe that who want to connect or who wants to be better, I think it's for them to just look at themselves and work on themselves. And again, it doesn't have to be anything big, just to commit to be kind to one another. If it's helped them to be, spend more time with themselves and realize what they really want, And actually, that's one of the things I do on my blog weekly. I help people kind of like go through their spiritual growth by reading my blog and just doing some practices. Because sometimes not everybody's on spiritual path, and spiritual paths seem to be this big, jumbo mumbo where you have to do this meditation, you have to do this, you have to do that, and it's not like that. So I'm using those spiritual practices into easy, just read, where people can understand, who has never been, on the meditation, cushion, can read my blog and realize what it is to be present. What it is to, be kind to one another, that kind of things. So that's why I'm here, which is I'm here to help people to kind of like wake up and find out their potential.
I know, and to be honest with you, and I've mentioned this many times on this show, that I feel, I see, I'm witnessing a mass awakening right now. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the women that I work with, and a lot of people that I work with, have got to a point in their life where either they're stepping out of long-term marriages, or their kids have gone to college, or they're stepping out of a long-term career, and they're like, I know there's something more. I know I'm meant for something more. I know there's something more than what I have, and I don't know what that is. And I can imagine that Light Atonement, your book, will actually be able to help people identify what that is for them. Because I feel that it manifests differently for all of us.
Correct.
We have a common purpose where we want to be the best version of ourselves that we can be and make a contribution, but our mission and how that actually comes up for each of us is different. Now you have a son, right?
Yes, I have a son and daughter.
Right. Okay. And I know that you've used the term indigo children with them. Or what's your definition of that?
Indigo children are the children who remember what parts of where they come from, what they have done in the past, what they're going to do. So if they choose to, they could be the leader of this world because they are allowed to bring down those information with them.
And so if someone's watching the show now and they go, oh, I wonder if my child is indigo, what are some of the indications that you can tell?
Like for my son, from the birth, he saw people's auras. He could see spirits in his naked eyes, and he could communicate with his guardian angel and his higher self. For him, it's natural. But he realized in very early age that not everybody can see the same. So, but I supported his growth in that. So, we can talk about anything spiritually. So. Yeah.
I know it's so interesting because I'm finding, and I've heard that there's like rainbow children and indigo children and there seems to be a whole lot of different terms that are being used now. But, in my experience, it seems that we have a lot of children coming through that are, number one, very intelligent, but number two, very connected to what's happening in the world. When they see a video or see something of what, an atrocity that's happening to animals or to the environment, it hurts them deeply, more than what I've seen in the past.
Yeah, I think more and more of those children are allowed to come to the earth because at the same time we are evolving and so many more people are awakening and we are more aware than we ever were. And there are a lot of lights coming down from the universe for the help. So maybe it wasn't just easy to wake up 20 years ago, but now it is. So it is an opportunity for us to really make a difference right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, honestly, this conversation that we're having, which to me is normal, like I've been having this conversation quite a bit, and yes, I live in Southern California, and I call it the Southern California bubble, and this is the people that I'm surrounded with. But it seems to be more and more of a common conversation. And now we wouldn't have had this conversation on this show even 5 years ago. But even now it's like it's becoming more commonplace. And if you're watching this video and watching this show and something here is sparking, like you can feel something in you going, wow, I'd like to know more about this, I really encourage you to connect with Ariyana and to get her book. If people want to do that, where can we send them to do that?
The best place to visit me and find out who I am is my website. That's www.starchild.com. You could buy the books, through my website or Amazon or any of the online, sites. Also, I just wanted to add that Light Atonement, my book, is basically a memoir of my life, but at the same time, it is a self-help book where there is each chapter has a place called Reflections, where each reader will go through their life and write down and reflect on their life, reading my lifestyle. So this is not just about my life, but this book is for everyone who reads this book. They're going to go through their life journey and find out their purpose and what they want to do in the future. So I think it's very helpful for many people.
Yeah, I agree. So I encourage you to if you're watching this online, click on the banner to the side or go through to Ariana's website, or if you're watching this on the app, the banner underneath. So that you can connect with her and this incredible work that you're doing. So thank you so much for joining me, Ariyana. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you today.
Right. Thank you so much, Natalie. Take care.
Thank you. Now, guys, I encourage you to share this video. You can do that by clicking the Facebook and the Twitter share buttons on this page, and make sure that you leave your email so that I can send you the Manifesting with the Masters video e-course. It's valued at $87, and I'd love to send it to you for free. So until next time, remember to live large, choose courageously, and love without limits. We'll see you soon.